Kenyans blissful today to see Uhuru Ruto bromance rekindled August 1st, 2025 at State House Nairobi. This was a moment heavy with symbolism. The former president was received jovially and cordially by his former deputy. And what I observed is that President Ruto is respectful. And you can see he's gentle, he's holding Uhuru's hand in a very respectful way. However, this is not the first time the two are meeting, because there was a time President Ruto visited former President Uhuru Kenyatta at his Ichaweri home in Gatundu South. That was, I think, that was in late 2024. So today's visit was public, formal, and continental. So do not read so much into it. Let me break it down a little bit. President Uhuru wasn't there as a guest, but as a key diplomatic figure. He is a facilitator of the Nairobi-Luanda peace process aimed at restoring stability in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. So please note this. President Uhuru was at the State House as a facilitator of that peace process. And if you went to the handle of the fourth president of Kenya, you would definitely see a communique of what happened today. Anyway, as people who are political, even if there's no politics, we can always insert a political angle. So let's break it down a little bit from a political angle, even though we say don't read so much into it. Based on my analysis, what I can say is that there was something beyond the peace talks. Already the two have a carefully managed political reconciliation. The Ruto-Uhuru rivalry defined the 2022 elections, but both sides now appear to be leaning toward mutual de-escalation. The Ichaweri meeting in 2024 laid the foundation. Today's event was the first public handshake in a formal setting, signaling a deeper recalibration of their political relationship. Also, this was a statesmanship, moment for both. For Ruto, hosting his predecessor publicly projects unity and diplomacy. For Uhuru, it reminds both Kenya and the region that his role in African affairs remains influential. That retirement from State House doesn't mean withdrawal from statecraft. There's also another very important point you can pick from this meeting. The aspect of Mount Kenya and 2027, being under the microscope, and also it leaves people think about, unity, peace, even if we can differ ideologically or politically. So this is a show of statesmanship, and Kenyans should learn from that. So while today's headlines say Uhuru visited State House, the subtext tells a richer story of reconciliation, strategic diplomacy, and regional leadership. It's also a moment of political choreography, because in Kenya, even peace summits are layered with symbolism, legacy, and the quiet preparation for future battles. I am sure you saw Uhuru, move around the State House. His former deputy was showing him around, at least to show him what changes he has made at the State House. So there's no need for enmity. When you disagree, at some point, try to make peace. And that is life. This is just another day with Owen Analysis.